Hey guys, so this morning we're going to go ahead and take a look at some Cold War German blades. So we're doing a series on East versus West when it comes to Germany. Those of you that already know, Germany was split in half, with West Germany being influenced by NATO and the United States, and East Germany being under Soviet control. So what we have here today, I will come right out and tell you, these are Miltech, not clones, but Miltech, well, yeah, maybe basically copies of original blades. And the originals are available at a much higher cost than what I paid for these. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. We use Amazon gift cards that we get through an app we use. So that's how I got them. They're very good clones. You see the German eagle. Same one on this flag. So they are very decent clones, quality. But copies. Over here, however, we have the East German Model 59 Type 1 bayonet, and that is not a clone. That's an actual issued bayonet. So we're going to compare some of the blades. We'll start over here with the West German pocket knife. It was made by Victorinox, the Swiss knife maker, famous for the red-handled Swiss Army knives, everybody knows. Basically, they started making these knives in the mid-70s. They were issued from about 76 to 2003. But starting in 86, they started subbing out some of the manufacturing. They have green scales, plastic with a German eagle. So Miltech got that right. The tools are a large blade, which is right there. A wood saw, which is under that cover right here. This is a cover that pops off. Hard to get off with one hand, but you'll take my word for it. You pop that off with that clip, and there's a saw under there. It's got the can opener, you can see right there. Bottle opener. Blade guard, which we talked about. Corkscrew. And in here, which I'm having trouble getting out, I already broke a thumbnail, is a reamer / awl. And it's sharp. It came with this fake leather case. I don't know if that's what they were issued with or not. My research that I did didn't really come up with anything one way or another. But that's what that came with. The next things the West Germans would have been issued for at least a short period of time, from 68 until about the mid-70s, is this field knife. And they called it a field knife as well. It's really not a fighting knife. It's much more like a bushcraft knife or a field survival knife. You see right there. Get that to focus. It says Bundeswehr, has a model number, German eagle. It has OD green sheath with leather to hold it into the sheath. So this field knife was first issued in 68 to border troops and military units. It saw a very short service life. There was complaints about poor ergonomics. The spear point design definitely was more useful, as I said before, as a bushcrafting knife. The exact steel is debated, but was a stainless and did not have great edge retention, and it led to a short service life. It was replaced by the KM 2000, a more modern fighting knife design. So why the East Germans were issued a bayonet as a bayonet and a survival knife, and the West Germans were issued a field knife, I'm not 100% sure. All I can tell you is the G3 bayonet was not issued to every soldier. It was issued as needed with rifles and units that needed them. Not every West German soldier was issued a bayonet. I don't have one yet. I will pick one up for my collection, maybe for the channel, but for my personal collection for sure, when I find one at an affordable price. That's what the holdup is on that. So I can just quickly go over the G3 bayonet while I have my notes here. They just weren't issued to every soldier. The blade pattern was modeled after the US M4 bayonet. And the G3 rifle itself, which we're going to have a video on, was issued from 59 to 97. And to be honest with you, it was probably used in Germany later than 97. Okay, so to compare the two, here's the East German model 59 Type 1 bayonet, issued from 65 to 78. In my opinion, this bayonet's nicer than the field knife. It's sturdier in hand. To me, it's more ergonomic. It feels better in hand. Sadly, even the blade, if it was sharpened up, is more conducive to a fighting knife. In every aspect, I'd rather have that bayonet than this field knife. So, we'll go over some of the bayonet details. It was issued alongside an AKM model called the MPI KM, which I don't have one, but I do have a clone. I did take DPMS's new Anvil AK, which had very limited roll markings on it, and I basically made a clone of the East German AK out of it. Turned out very nice. We'll have a video on that, comparing it to the G3 rifle. So this bayonet was based on the Soviet 6X3 bayonet design, nearly identical to my Romanian bayonet, which I don't have here because I'm not doing this video from home today. But those of you who are familiar with the Romanians, you can look at that and see really the only difference is a black handle versus a red Bakelite handle. Black plastic grips, insulated scabbard in case you have to use the next tool integrated into it, which is the wire cutters right there. And for those of you who don't know, basically, I know I'm doing this one-handed, something along those lines. You go ahead, then you grab that as a handle, that handle, you twist and you can cut barbed wire, you can cut electrical wires, because this is insulated and this is insulated, so you can cut through electric with it using the insulator. So that's what I have as far as East German blades, and West German blades for that matter, as of right now, as of like end of January 2022 for this video. As far as the East Germans, they were then issued a Type 2 bayonet from 85 to 87, which was based on the Soviet AK-74 design bayonet. The East Germans had a fighting knife that was referred to as a paratrooper knife. It was a double-edged blade. They issued it in the 70s for some units. They're very rare and very expensive to buy. I doubt I'll ever have one. I probably missed my mark on that. Plus, I really don't know how many were really issued to the everyday soldier. And other blades that would have been issued in Eastern Germany would have been like parade swords, dress daggers, stuff like that for officers and parade use. Kind of old-fashioned holdover from the Nazis. Dress stuff would not have been used in combat. So that's it, guys. And I'm sure the East Germans were issued a pocket knife. Actually, I know they were because I've seen them on eBay for sale. But the one that I almost bid on was in such poor condition and started to climb too high up that I could not go for it in that condition. But they were issued a pocket knife too. So that's what we got, guys. The Bundeswehr pocket knife. That's the Miltech copy. The sheath to the West German field knife. The West German field knife itself. And I will say, for Chinese-made knives, these are very nice copies. I've got the whole originals. And I can't talk about blade steel quality, but as far as in hand, they pretty much feel the same. And I will say this bayonet just is quality. Just Soviet, communist bloc, easy to use quality bayonet. The hanger's a little different. That's where the big difference is from the Romanians, is it has a different sheath. The same wire cutter, different sheath, and a different hanging unit there from a Romanian. I wish I had my Romania with me, but when I packed up this stuff to make the video, I forgot to pack it. So that's it, guys. We're going to go out. One more picture of the flags and the blades. You got the East German flag above and the West German flag below. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got a good understanding of the different blades that would have been issued on the front lines. Germany really was the front lines between the communist bloc and NATO, to be honest. That's where a war would have taken off. That's where the Cold War would have gone hot. All right, guys, till next time.